We are living in 21st century. The century is called the century of informations. The century is called the century of science and technology. The century is called the century of practical knowledge. Though we are living in 21st century, but it seems to me, or it seems to us, that we are lagging behind 100 years away from the 21st century because of our education system. Once upon a time, it is said that education is the backbone of a nation. It is true for the time, but for the 21st century, it's not fully true. It's not full-fledged true. It's maybe fairly true for the 21st century. In 21st century, only problem-solving education is called the backbone of nations. In 21st century, only demand-oriented educations, only job-oriented educations, only life-oriented, utility-oriented education is called the backbone of nations. Because time has changed so definitions and thinking about education also changed to some extent. But in our education system, we see that this education system is standing only one theory. Actually, our education system is based on theory, not based on making skilled human resource. We are giving more priority on resource, not giving, not getting, not making skilled human resource. As a result, we are exercising knowledge, not we are acquiring or learning skills. We are not becoming skills because of our theory-based educations. Only theory-based education is not enough to sense the socio-economic condition of a country, to sense the fate of nations. Only theory-based education is not enough. As a result, when a job seeker or a student wants or tries to enter in the job sector, he became discouraged, he became disappointed, seeing that though he has spent more than 25 years behind achieving some certificate, but this certificate is not enough to fight for the practical life. As a result, there is seen a huge gap between practice and the theory. As a result, an applicant, a job seeker, thinks himself as a burden for himself, for his society, for his state, for his family, and as well as for the whole world. He is not carrying himself as an asset, as a skilled human power. He is carrying himself as a burden. The aim of the education is to make you a fit or suitable for all kind of situation, for all kind of functions. But we have to think, is our theory-based education making us fit for what kind of functions, what kind of positions? We have to think, checking it again and again. We have to ask some questions to us. Is our education carrying us as a skilled human resource? Is our education giving something new to the society? Is our education fulfilling the demand of the society? Is our education carrying us as a skilled human resource? Is our education carrying us as a global citizen? Is our education sensing positively our thinking level, our functional level, our feeling levels, our understanding level, our everything? Is our education carrying any utility? Is our education teaching us how to solve our day-to-day life problems? If the question is not yes, then we have to think differently. Then we have to think otherwise. Because this kind of education is not merely an education for the 21st century. This kind of education is merely a wastage of time, merely a wastage of life, merely a killing of life, merely the killing of youth power, merely the killing of everything. So this kind of theory-based education, what we are receiving, what we are taught, what we are teaching, all of them are based on theory. So theory, though there is need of theory, but only theory is not enough to change the fate of nations. In the Western world, we see that theory and practice are running parallelly. But in our country, in the arena of education, we are seeing that only theory is moving fast, but practical fails that is really needed to lead a smooth, prosperous, happy life in this world as a nation is absent to great extent. As a result, we are not pushing our next generations towards life problem solving educations. We have to ask ourselves, if any kind of education doesn't teach you to solve your problem by your own hand, if any education doesn't teach you how to stand by your own feet, if your education doesn't teach you how to solve your day-to-day life problem, then this is not education. This is merely wastage of energy. Though in our country there are three kinds of educations. General educations, most of the students are receiving such kind of education and they are thinking that they are receiving the mainstream educations. That is right, but most of them are receiving theory-based educations. And some are receiving English medium educations. The number is very few. They are thinking that they are the super generations, that the super human beings, that the elite of the society. They are the cream of the society. And they are given what kind of facilities by the government, by the organizations, by hither and thither. And some are receiving madrasa educations. As a result, our education system is a mixed education system. This mixed education system is not capable to fulfill the demand of our nations. When these three categories of peoples stand or sit in a table to take decisions, they can realize, they can understand to each other because of coming from different backgrounds, coming from different environment, as they are bringing different environments. I'm not rule outing the theory, need of theory. Theory is needed, but theory must move alongside with practice. Absence of theory, practice is valueless. Absence of practice, theory is meaningless. So theory-based education is not enough to make a citizen as an asset, to make a citizen as a global citizen. Though we are calling that we are living in a global village, but our education is not being capable to make us as a global citizen. These are matter of show. Where I will keep this show, I don't know. But I want to say the concerned authority and government must think about in these regards about our education system. There is a strong weapons to sense a nation's fate. There is a strong weapons that can be used for any kind of development if a strong education is implemented throughout the country. If we are become highly educated in terms of real needed, then we will be able to materialize. We'll be able to establish our golden cherished golden Shana Bangla. Otherwise, it's not possible. Only by these educations, it's not possible to stay to achieve SDG within 2030. It's not possible to establish the golden Bengals only by these theoretical educations. So we have to think. Concerned authority must have things, the government must have things, and the other conscious people must come forward so that they can formalize, they can make such kind of education system, such kind of human resource that will be able to compete with the global citizens, with the other countries' peoples. Actually, our education system is not international levels. Not only that, our education system can compete with regional countries. The standard of education in international arena is below. So why we are spending, why are we spending huge money behind this kind of theoretical educations? If our education doesn't create us as a global citizen, I will think that kind of investment is the worstest. So alternative thinking must be raised.